Sis, change what you can and accept what you can't. That's today's topic on this episode of Sisterhood of the Traveling Word. Stay tuned.
I will be all that He's designed for me to be. I will be all that He has called me to be. I'm uniquely made. I'm uniquely made.
Hey sis, welcome back to I'm Uniquely Made, and I'm your host, Monique, and welcome to my first episode of Sisterhood of the Traveling Word. Now, the point of Sisterhood of the Traveling Word is to give you quick, inspirational, motivational conversation that can help start unlocking some things in you, that can help start changing your mindset, that can help you to be able to push forward and not look back. So this is what this sisterhood is about. So for the longest time, I've always wanted to be like a big sister, or always wanted to have just a sister in general. So I was like, I'm at this age now where I can be a big sister to some. It's now I get to set the example, and I get to be that inspiration and motivation to younger women and also older women as well. We are called to be an example. We should always be an example, and a good example, not someone who's going to get you locked up, but we should always be a good example to those who are looking up to us, or even to those who are just in our vicinity. In a Bible scripture in Titus 2:6, it says, "Encourage younger men to be self-controlled. Show yourself in all respects to be a model of good works, and in your teaching show integrity and dignity." So I'm really at this point in my life where I know that my obedience can help change someone else's life. My authority and my voice can help change someone's narrative. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I want to include encouraging words on my channel. I don't want my channel, as you can see, my channel it just entitles a whole lot. Like, I'm uniquely made. I love all different things. I'm inspired by all different things, and I have many passions. So don't come here looking for, a how-to video or think I'm an expert in anything. I'm not, a psychiatrist, a therapist, or anything like that. But I do know from experience, the things that I've been through, I can identify with other people what they're going through. And sometimes I hear things and I'm like, that makes good sense. I didn't think about it like that. I'm not for everybody. Someone may hear something, of mine and say, I don't really understand what she's saying, and she may go to the next person and understand what that person is saying. So it's just, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I know that I stand with authority. I have influence. I have a power through Jesus Christ, so that, I know that people can be inspired by me, or that I can motivate people. And that's all I really want to do. So getting back to the topic, sis, change what you can and accept what you can't. So now that I'm 31, by the time you're watching this, is after my 31st birthday. It's actually my 31st birthday today on May 7th, but it's probably a couple of days after by the time you're watching this. And I'm just in this new age where I'm just changing the things that I can, and just being like, okay, if I can't change it, then so be it. So today I'm revealing my biggest insecurity to you guys, and you probably see it on a thumbnail. But my biggest insecurity was my smile, was my teeth. And it's been that way for the last umpteen years. I think I realized my smile was different probably around the age of like 10 or so, and here I am 31. So for the last 21 plus years, I've had issues with my teeth. And I just recently got my braces off last Thursday on April, it was like April, I forget what day it was, but it was a Thursday, and it was just like the moment of like turn for me. It's like I'm no longer dependent on these braces. Now it's up to me to keep my teeth straight. It's up to me to follow up with appointments and things like that to make sure that I'm doing a good enough job. So I was able to change something about myself that I did not like. And because I didn't like my teeth so much, it transpired into my life where I really hated myself. I hated the way I look. I hated the way I treated people because I hated myself. I wanted people to like me. I hate the way I thought about myself. So it really had a negative aspect over my life for a long time. And that leads me to ask you, what about yourself can you change? And what about yourself can you not change? Are we focusing more on the things that we cannot change versus the things that we can? See, for the longest, I thought I could not change my teeth. For the longest, I thought this was just going to be my story. This was just going to be me. I was who I was because I lacked so much confidence. Like, I had no confidence. I mean, when I tell you I felt like the gum on the street, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like anybody could walk over me, anyone could use and abuse me, anyone could say what they wanted to me because that's what I deserved. And no matter how many times someone would call me beautiful, no matter how many times someone would say, well, I really didn't see your teeth, I didn't notice it, it didn't matter because I knew what I seen. So for the longest time, I would hate myself. I would just be involved in things I shouldn't be in, to try to cover up that feeling inside. I would do things I shouldn't be doing to cover up that feeling inside. And ultimately, it led me down like a dangerous path in life. Until I got to a point where I'm just like, you know what? I have to change this. Like, I have to figure out how to change this. And I can't be dependent on anyone else changing it for me. You see, like, back then, when I was younger, you know, the relationship that we had as a family, as far as like my mom and dad and my personal relationship with my parents, it really wasn't a good relationship. So, you know, being tossed back and forth between the two, it created a lot of stress and anxiety, and our health as children pretty much got looked over. So by the time we had to go to the dentist, and by the time we were like stable enough where we were getting our regular checkups and where we were going to the dentist, by the time we went to the dentist, I had a cavity, and not just a normal cavity where you just had to go get it filled. No, I had to get a root canal. And if anyone had a root canal before, you know that you have to drill so much, and the experience is very traumatic. And being so, that was my first experience that I can remember as far as like as an older child. I don't know if they took me as a younger kid. See, I was taking my kids to the dentist at an early age, by the time they were 1. So by the time we went, I was probably like 12, 13 maybe. And that experience was very traumatic, and that was pretty much the reasons why there's a mosquito in here, I think. That was pretty much the reason why I was petrified of the dentist. I mean, I would have straight anxiety about seeing a dentist. You could not get me to go to the dentist. I would have to be literally in pain, crying to go to the dentist, because that incident was so traumatic. I'm thinking every time I go, like, this is just gonna be what has to be done, like out of sight, out of mind. When I don't know what's going on in my mouth, like that I don't need to know what's going on, because I don't want to go to the dentist. But I'm so thankful by the time 2016 came around that I accumulated the funds, or, you know, made enough money where I could afford braces on my own, because this whole time I'm like, you know, my parents should be doing this. Like, this is not my responsibility, you know, or this should have already been done. Or what is the dentist going to think of me when I roll up in there with these jagged teeth, you know, at the age of 26? Like, I should have been had this fixed. Like, what am I doing? And like, it's no longer my parents' responsibility. Now it's up to me. But I'm just so thankful by the age of 26, I finally realized, like, listen, I was done with myself. Like, I could not go on feeling the way I felt about myself. Like, I knew that I had much more in me, and if I could just get the confidence to change that, I would be the best version of myself. So in 2016, that's what I did. I went on the road to get braces. I had to get a lot of work done before getting them. I had to get some extractions, some cavities filled, a lot. But ultimately, I knew that once it came time for like the moment for them to come off, that I would be greatly proud of myself and happy with the result. So it's been 5 long years since I had on my since I've had braces on. And my treatment plan was only about 2.5 years. But in the midst of that time, I definitely was irresponsible. Definitely wasn't going back to the dentist to get checkups and things like that. Wasn't following up with my orthodontist with treatment. You know, I let the wire come out and my teeth started to shift again. But that's because, again, I was fearful on going back. In the midst of that time frame, I had, like, some teeth had cracked, some cavities had came back, and it was just like, I don't want to go back. And especially dealing with, like, depression at that same time, it was just like, I didn't care. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story that we're gonna have, like, more of on my channel. But I definitely was irresponsible and definitely had to pay more in the end to get, the rest of my treatment. But now we're here and I couldn't be more happy with the results. So I encourage you all to look at yourself and say, what can I change and what can I not change? And just really write on both sides what I can change, what can I change? And if I can't change this, can I live in peace without it being changed? We sometimes think that the way we are is just how we are. But I beg to differ. The way I was not who I was. I felt like I was an evil person. Like, and some people may look at me and say, girl, no, like, you was the sweetest soul. No, like, the way I talked to people, the way I treated people, the way it was just a result of how I felt about myself, So I encourage you, if you can change something about yourself, if you feel like, you want to switch up your hairstyle, do it. If you feel like you want to change up your wardrobe, do it. If you feel as though you want to lose 50 pounds, but everyone's saying you look good the way you are, do it. If that's what's going to give you confidence, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, as long as you're not doing it because you think this will make someone else happy or this person will like me if I do that. As long as you're doing it with a good heart and not doing it for attention. Like, for instance, let's just say you wanted to get a butt lift, but after that you want to show it off to everyone and having everyone drooling over you or something like that. Like, in that instance, I don't think it's a good idea because then you're looking for validation. But I believe that if you're doing it for the right reasons for yourself, in order to give you confidence, then just do it, honey. But let's just say you don't have the finances to get your hair done, or you don't have the finances to fix, maybe if you want, a Brazilian butt lift and you don't have the finances to get it done. Will you be okay with the fact that you just can't get it done right now? We have to get to the point where we're like, okay, if I can change it, or if I can change it right now, then I will. But if I can't, I still need to have peace and I still need to navigate throughout life. Like, I knew for a fact that at that moment I could not get braces. Like, I started playing in makeup. Hold on, let's go back a little bit. I started playing in makeup in 2014, but I didn't get my braces till 2016. So back in 2014, when I started getting to, makeup and things like that, I knew I really couldn't, like, afford braces. And not only that, I probably could have, but I was just so scared on, like, going to learn about financial, not financial aid, but like help with like paying for it. And I didn't want to pay like that full price, because braces can range between 6, 7, 8 grand, whatever. So it's like, to me, braces was unattainable. Like, to me, I just couldn't get it, like couldn't afford it, So back in 2014, I started getting into makeup, and makeup is what helped me get to the point where I can get braces. So makeup, I put on makeup and I learned how to do my makeup, and I felt more confident than I ever felt. Even though my teeth were not straight, I felt like if I could do this, if I could put on this makeup, I feel like this will draw attention away from my smile, and then maybe people would just see the makeup versus my smile, if that makes sense. So it was like, I can't change this right now, but let me try something else. So for instance, if you want to change if you felt like you wanted to get a butt lift, right? But you just can't do it right now. Maybe you can change the outfits you wear to help give you that physique. Maybe you can try Spanx. Maybe you can try a different kind of dress to kind of hide that. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe if you didn't like a scar on your face or something like that, you can't change that, but maybe you can cover it up with makeup. Stop living in the fact that I got this scar on my face and I just can't do nothing about it, or, you know, I have something wrong, you know, something that I don't like about myself, I just can't do nothing about it. Maybe you can change another feature or something else to help you cope with the fact that there's something you cannot change. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Like, in my head it makes sense, but sometimes the way I come off, sometimes I'm a bit of an overthinker, and I just be, thoughts in my head just be going on and on and on. But I think y'all get the picture of what I'm trying to say, I hope. Like I was saying, makeup is what helped me prepare for like getting braces, because once I got the confidence, enough confidence, things in my life began to change. So once I got the confidence, I was working at Burger King, right? And I was just a regular employee, but I was just a regular employee for so many years, like just so many years. And there's times I could have gone for management, but I felt so insignificant. I felt like I don't want to smile. Like I don't want to smile, you know? I didn't want to smile for guests. Like I didn't want to smile with the employees. Like that's what you have to do as a manager, you know? You have to be friendly and polite, and I just wasn't like that. So, you know, when I started applying makeup and started to, you know, like do my eyebrows and add a little eyeshadow and mascara and things like that, I was like, okay, I think I have enough confidence where I could be a manager, you know? I think I have enough confidence where I can make a little bit more money. And that's what I did. I ended up going for management. You know, with management, obviously you earn more. So with that, it kind of like, okay, I'm making more money now. Then that's when I started to open that door of learning about how to get braces, and going through those steps. So, and thankfully for my interest in makeup, I was able to give myself a little more confidence than I had, and now it encouraged me to go apply for a different position and promote myself and earn the resources in which I could use to get my braces. But you see how the problem was my teeth, but since I knew I couldn't change that, at least at that moment, then I had to refocus on something else to help give me the confidence that I needed to just push through a little bit, and then I was able to change the problem. So I encourage you all, if there is anything that you're struggling with that you cannot change, figure out what you can change. Okay, you can't change the fact that your hair is falling out. Okay, can you perhaps buy a wig? You know, try it. Try it out. Don't be scared to try it, you know? Don't be scared of what other people may think if you wear that wig. 9 times out of 10, people really ain't caring, you know? So it's certain things that you can do to help get you through, so that way, like, just in that moment, like, you can really enjoy, you know, yourself. You can really enjoy yourself, because I know in our heads, we be like, I can't change this, so I'm gonna just not care. You know, you can really enjoy yourself, but also enjoy your life. I never thought I'd be sharing this picture with you guys, like the picture you see on my thumbnail. I never thought I would share that with someone, because it's a part of me that I did not like. But that's how much confidence that I must have now to not care about what people think. So people are always trying to hide that part of themselves, but I'm just to the point where I'm like, yeah, this was me, but look at me now, you know, look at me now. But I think confidence in yourself is just so important. Like, literally, confidence is key. Like, confidence literally is key. And if you don't have confidence, then pretty much you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for whatever someone says. You'll say yes to the things you want to say no to. You'll say no to the things you want to say yes to. you will be vulnerable. Let's change the things we can. And if we can't at the moment, let's try to change something else that can help get us through to change the things that we want to change. This is going to wrap up Sisterhood of the Traveling Word, but please share this with other women. Let this word travel to your sister, to your mother, to your niece, to whomever. Let this word travel. Change what you can, accept what you can't, sis. Okay? Be sure to follow me on Instagram, where every day I post different things. Okay? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to, And I will catch you in the next episode of Sisterhood of the Traveling Word. Bye, sis.
I'm unique.